doesn't matter whether they're royal kids or any kids are kids, right? And they could throw a tantrum at any time, or they could just do something funny like stick out their tongue.
Is it challenging photographing royal kids?
We never know what they're going to do.
Photographing all kids, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's also like you have that unknown element. It doesn't matter whether they're royal kids or any kids are kids, right? And they could throw a tantrum at any time, or they could just do something funny like stick out their tongue, or they don't always play by the rules. So I love photographing kids, because you don't really know when you're going to get, and more often than not you get these special moments. So yeah, it is challenging, and through experience, as a role photographer or photographing kids in general, you've got to be ready, because it could just be a really fleeting moment, but it also produces some of the most fun moments and best pictures. So personally, I love photographing the royal kids.
Do you have any, I know we talked a lot about Diana because it's the focus of the exhibition, but do you have any really favorite, maybe lesser known Meghan or Kate shots? Because I know the one in the rain is like iconic. I even think that Charlotte sticking her tongue out photo is iconic at this point. But do you have any maybe like lesser known ones, quieter moments that you don't think we've seen before? Well, not that we haven't seen them, but that aren't as iconic.
I mean, there's this picture, just one that springs to mind is just this really nice picture I did of Kate at Royal Ascot. And I was quite some distance away, but she glanced over, looked straight down my camera lens for a split second. And it's going back to what we were saying about things happening just so quick. And it's just a really nice, it just looks really peaceful moment where she's just looking straight at me and smiling, and it's just a really nice portrait. So there's kind of, like you say, there's kind of more quieter moments that come across where they're not necessarily doing some activity. It's just a nice picture. And there's loads of pictures of Diana, for example, that really lovely moments that, peaceful moments where you can just get a real feeling for them as characters.
We are so excited to chat about this beautiful exhibit. So tell us all about it and why you and your father wanted to put this together.
So it's basically been, I'd say, nearly 2 years in the making. And we as a family felt it was kind of the right time to share some of our favourite pictures and the stories behind them. And it's the first time all of our pictures have been displayed side by side like this. So it's pretty exciting for us as a family.
It's so neat that this really is kind of a family legacy that you guys are putting together. I think that really makes the exhibit, extra special. Zach, you said that your father has about 1 million photos of Princess Diana. How on earth did you, aside from all the photos that I know you both have taken of the royals, how did you narrow these down?
Well, it's obviously a very long process to nail it down. I think we wanted to tell the story of her life through all the pictures, but also we wanted to tell the stories behind the pictures as well, sort of firsthand from what we experienced. So, the exhibition is divided into different rooms, showing different elements of her life. For example, like her early years as a young, shy girl, also her work as a humanitarian, all her fashion. So there's a lot to see. And, we worked along with the producers to identify, chapters of this walkthrough documentary. And from there, we kind of collaborated on photos and decided on the best stories we wanted to tell. So it was a long process, but, it was great to revisit some of our photos and get to tell the stories behind them.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's very difficult as well when you're sort of going through your own photos to necessarily pick yourself, because you're sort of emotionally attached to certain photos. So luckily, we did have all these great themes that the producers and the creators came up with, so we could link everything together. And it was really great when we sort of started seeing it all to come together, and all these comparisons we could do with my dad's photos of Diana over the years, and it just brought it all together really nicely. So it was good that we had creators working with us as well that could bring these themes to life, and bring it into this kind of documentary style that we wanted the exhibition to be.